In the late 1970s, my family and I lived in rural Georgia, and my four siblings and I were all in our preteens and teens. This is when I first remember strangers being invited to live with us. This was no bed and breakfast, but Christian kindness and love modeled by my folks. In 1980, under President Jimmy Carter, Fidel Castro announced that anyone who desired to leave Cuba could board boats and leave the country. 125,000 people made it across the sea to Florida, and 3 of them ended up in my house. They didn't speak a lick of English. All 3 lived with us until they got a place to stay and got additional relief. Then my folks opened our home to a Vietnam vet. I remember that he smoked cigarettes, and I did too when my parents weren't watching. I thought he was cool, but I was young and impressionable. I remember swiping his super shiny 70s shirt for class pictures that year. This was the same year I began imitating the black kids at school and walking with a little limp in my step. I never could pull it off quite as good. This vet ended up being far less cool than I remember. We also had an aunt who came to live with us a few times. All I knew about my aunt's situation at that time was that she was going through a tough time. She had these long fingernails, like crazy long. I remember that no matter how slowly anyone else ate, my aunt was always picking her food so slowly that she was still eating a good 30 minutes after we were all done. Maybe it wasn't quite that long, but it sure seemed like it. I recall one time I was at Mama's house in Mississippi and found a camera lying around. Like the foolish child I was, I took that camera in the bathroom and took silly pictures. Later, my aunt took her camera to have pictures developed and was none too happy with my shenanigans. After that, my parents remodeled our basement so that the church pastor and his wife could live with us. The only bummer is my brother and I lost our basement bedrooms, but by that time my 2 older sisters moved out and there was room for us upstairs. The pastor and his wife enjoyed living in the basement apartment. He always seemed a little strange to me, suddenly bursting into tongues in the middle of a sermon. These memories of growing up in the South and seeing my parents' consistent example of love and kindness towards strangers had a profound impact on my life. It's been said we need more than random acts of kindness and paying it forward. What we need is more deliberate and intentional acts of compassion toward others. What do you think?